Hello everyone, welcome to What If Goku Was Teleported to High School DXD Part 3 Open House. Goku and Akeno walked to school holding each other's hand, and it was still new for them since they didn't look at each other but looked slightly embarrassed. Akeno never really had a boyfriend, so she was completely new at this. Goku was the same since this was his first girlfriend that he knows of. Asia Goku. Akeno. They turned around to see Asia, Kaneko, Minako, Issei and Zenovia walking towards them. Goku, yo guys. Akeno, good morning everyone. I take it Riaz went to go show her brother around town. Issei, yeah. Suddenly he dropped his book bag and grabbed his left arm in pain. Issei, what the hell? Goku sensed it and he looked towards the direction the energy was coming from and Broly was nearby it. Goku, come on everyone, let's head there. Broly is close by and it can't be good. They all ran there and when reached there they saw Broly glaring at a man with white hair and blue eyes. Goku, Broly, stand down for now. Broly, I'm not stupid. I know we can't fight here. Vali, greetings everyone, I am the Vanishing Dragon, also known as the White Dragon Emperor Vali. It's good to meet you again, Issei. Don't worry, I'm not here to fight but with advice. I noticed your balance breaker is pretty pathetic and if you aren't nurtured and well taken care of you'll die quick. So I'm telling you this too, Riaz. Everyone turned around to see Kiba and Riaz there behind them glaring at Vali. Riaz, I don't need your advice. Vali, you're right. Now that you have two Saiyans that can help you, I guess you don't. I have much more important things to do today. Goku, be lucky we didn't have to fight. Vali, like you can beat me. The big guy took a few minutes to beat Kakabiel. I would beat him with just one hit. Goku's eyes went silver and he released a giant wave of energy, even surprising Vali. Vali, this power intrigues me. Maybe you'll be better than the Red Dragon. Goku powered down as Vali left the school grounds and Riaz and Akeno held Goku's hand, scared of what could have happened. Everyone then went to school with still a little worry, but the school events were able to take their mind off it. Goku and Broly continued being the best at every sport and exercise. Minako saw Goku taking off his shirt and blushed so hard she could be mistaken for a tomato. But deep down she really liked Goku. After the day ended everyone went back home as Goku started cooking dinner and everyone helped him set up dinner except Broly, who went to the store to buy dessert. Do you mind if we help? Goku turned around to see Minako and Zenovia with an apron on. He smiled and all three of them started cooking dinner. Asia and Issei opened the door and see they were almost done, so he went to help them and Asia went to help Goku and the other girls cook. Soon everyone would be done with dinner and Broly returned with a cake as everyone sat down and then the door opened to reveal a late Kiba and Kaneko. Goku, I was dragging this out for you both to arrive. Kiba, sorry for the tardiness. Everyone then started to eat and talk about either school or even just make jokes. Soon after the dinner was done and everyone cleaned up, Goku went to bed and felt something. He lifted his covers and saw Akeno on top of him and he even saw Riaz getting on the bed with a nightgown. Riaz, hello Goku. Goku normally wouldn't mind, but he saw that it was a see-through gown. He blushed and he saw Akeno take off her bra and he was just being forced in her chest with both arguing and he passed out, but someone else took control. Lay down now. Akeno and Riaz looked towards Goku as he stood up and went to the door as he opened it and saw Zenovia and Minako about to knock as he grabbed them and pulled them in the room. Minako, Goku. Wait. He pushed them all to the bed and he went to the door and locked it as the room started to get hot. Goku, remember you all wanted this. Now it's time you all get punished. The room suddenly got really hot and everyone saw Goku rip off his shirt as he opened his eyes and they were silver. His tone was different and the girls blushed immensely as they didn't expect Goku to change attitude quickly. He was someone else. Riaz, Goku, are you? Kakarot, my name is Kakarot. Instantly moved towards Akeno as he pushed her down and he smacked her butt twice and Akeno moaned. Kakarot, now I never said I was a nice guy like him. Akeno, gok mmmph. Kakarot cut her off by kissing her and it was a passionate kiss with him touching her breast and he held her neck stopping the kiss. Kakarot, the next words are yes sir or have you forgotten? Akeno, yes sir. Kakarot, now all of you lay down because the night is young. He released more heat and all four girls got the most pleasurable night of their life with Riaz, Zenovia and Minako happy their first time was with Goku, but Akeno knew this wasn't Goku. It was someone who was Goku but with more dominance. The next morning, Goku woke up and moved to his left to see a pair of breasts in front of him as he moved his head to see it was Akeno as he smiled and kissed her neck and cheek, causing her to wake up. Akeno, morning you bast. Goku, I see someone wants a little morning workout. Akeno, after last night I think you might break me again. Goku, last night. Akeno pointed to her left and Goku looked at the direction to see Riaz, Zenovia and Minako asleep and Goku laid down on the bed confused on what happened last night. Akeno, so master, do you still want to be called Kakarot? Goku, oh my god. He got out of bed and went to shower as he tried to remember what happened. The girls on the other hand were still blushing on what happened but they agreed that it was someone else in Goku's conscience. Akeno, just remember I'm the main girl, but I don't mind sharing after what happened last night, I doubt I would have survived. Goku walked out and the girls left with Akeno giving Goku a kiss and he was still just as confused. They all went to school and it was open house as Issei's parents arrived with Surzich's and his assistant were with him. However, for Goku he was the center of attention with Broly. Both were killing every sport everyone was recording and eventually all the females surrounded them when it was time for the annual marathon with both Goku and Broly as the main contestants. Akeno, Riaz and Zenovia were front row with Minako, Kaneko and Asia behind them sitting in the top chairs, seeing both boys stretching. Coach ready. Both got in running position as the coach shot the gun and instantly both ran at full speed, which is very small amount of speed, but believable. Goku, you won't win. Broly, like I let you. After a few minutes the winner was actually both as they tied and Goku was disappointed but excited for the next race. Broly on the other hand was angry that he tied with Goku, but he couldn't lie that he wasn't excited for the next competition. After the competition, Goku was slightly choking Issei as he saw that he wanted to make a statue of Akeno and he was jealous that he made a sculpture of Riaz naked. He held him in a headlock and letting him go when he grabbed the sculpture and destroyed it. Goku, look, she is also my woman now, so watch yourself. However, students ran to the gym and this confused the group, but Riaz and Akeno knew who it was. Issei knew the cosplay and Saji kicked out all the other students away and Sona entered the gym. Goku felt the similarities between her and Sona, but Riaz answered his mystery. Riaz, that is Lady Seraphol Leviathan. Goku smiled seeing how opposite she was by attitude than Sona. Broly walked in eating a meat bun and he saw Leviathan. Broly, who's the brat? Leviathan, who said tha. Leviathan looked at Broly who still had his shirt unbuttoned since he was still sweaty from being outside. She blushed but she also remembered the look of his face and she recognized him. Leviathan, so who is this hunk of a man? Goku, that is Broly. He's a Saiyan just like me, your highness. She turned to Goku and she instantly ran to him and asked to see his power. Goku, Since there is no one here or around the area, why not? Everyone backed away and Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan 2 and Leviathan was amazed of the power. Goku, this is the power I just acquired. Broly has a form that can match this in power. Leviathan, really? Please show me. Broly, why do I have to? Plus I'm not gonna buy another uniform since I don't even understand size here on this planet. Goku, don't worry, Shenron can just create a new one and I don't know how much stronger you've gotten. Broly groans, fine. Goku, Shenron create a barrier around the gym so no one sees or feels his power. The barrier was created and Broly once again transformed into his legendary state. Leviathan was inspecting Broly but mostly his muscles and he powered down since he was embarrassed when Leviathan started touching him. Sona then started to lecture her by telling her that she had to change her outfit. Goku, you know it's funny how they are acting in reverse roles. But it's cute. Issei, yeah, but don't you think if Sona mentioned her earlier she would have showed up to the battle with Kakabiel? You think she would have needed her help or is it because they don't get along? Akeno, actually it's the opposite. Lady Leviathan loves her sister so much some would say she's obsessed and if she did help it would have started a war of her own. Sona cried and ran out of the gym with Saji and Leviathan going after her. Riaz on the other hand felt nervous because she knew she could relate with her embarrassment. They regrouped with the others and they met up with Issei's parents, but the most shocking was Riaz's father. The adults agreed to meet together at Issei's house and Goku felt slightly left out since his dad was still not home. Goku say, Shenron, how's my dad doing? Shenron, from what I can see he's perfectly fine sleeping in a hotel. Goku, that's good to know. After arriving to the house, both families started to drink and showed the videos of their kids, but Goku was happy that they were getting along. However, Riaz got really embarrassed and ran to the other room, with Goku deciding to go after her. Goku, hey Riaz, do you want to talk? Asper Vladi. Goku and Riaz went to the room and instantly Riaz fell to the bed as she just laid there in the bed. Goku just stood there and waited for Riaz to speak. Riaz, Goku. Goku, yes. Riaz, are you happy that you met me? Goku, why asked it all of a sudden? You should know the answer. I wouldn't be as strong as I am now if I didn't meet you. Plus you gave me the chance to make so many different friends and you guys are my best friends. Akeno, you, Zenovia, Minako are the ones I care for the most. Riaz, you have a strong and kind heart, I couldn't be more grateful to meet you. He looked to his right only to see Riaz leaning in for a kiss and Goku was caught off guard but he went along with it and he pushed her to the bed and both started a makeout session on the bed. They separated and looked at each other as they smiled and they put their foreheads together but before they could continue the door opened and the lights turned on. Both instantly sat up seeing Surzich's standing there smiling and glad that Riaz was happy with Goku. Surzich's, Riaz. I wanted to tell you that it's time to release your other bishop. You're stronger than last time and I believe you can control your bishop. Riaz nodded and the next day everyone went to the door as Riaz removed the spell and a big scream was heard once the door opened. Please no. I don't want to leave, just leave me in here. Akeno went towards a casket and removed the top, and inside the casket was what looked like a girl in full uniform with tears in her eyes. I say I can't believe another cute bishop. Are all bishops cute blondes? Tiba on the other hand was chuckling as Goku was confused but was shocked when Riaz told them that Gasper was not a girl but a boy. Goku, how that's a boy? Man, he could have fooled me. This guy looks more girlish than even Asia. Asia, hey, that was mean. Goku, you can't tell me he isn't adorable. Asia, he is. Riaz hugged Gasper, telling him that it was time for him to leave the room and finally return to the Gremory family. However, he didn't want to. Gasper, I don't wanna, please don't make me. Issei reached out to him and grabbed his arm, scaring him, and out of nowhere he was gone, like he teleported away. However, Goku was able to see him. Goku went towards the corner and kneeled down to Gasper's level. Goku, hi. My name is Goku. It's nice to meet you. He held out his hand waiting for Gasper to shake it. Gasper was still afraid, but he slowly shook Goku's hand. Goku, you don't have to be afraid. We won't hurt you, plus some of us are new, we just want to get to know you. Gasper still didn't want to leave, but he only stood up and stayed close to Goku. Riaz and the others went to the common area as Gasper still being shy, and Riaz explained that Gasper was so powerful that he could stop time and that he was also a vampire. Riaz, now I want you all to train him properly as me and Akeno have to go for a meeting, and Kiba, would you mind joining us? Kiba, I'm free. They teleported away and Goku just sat with Gasper as he didn't know how to train him. However, Zenobia had other plans. Zenobia, move it. You call that running? Zenobia chased Gasper, scaring him by telling him that she would kill him if he didn't move much faster. Kaneko made him run by having garlic in her hand. However, all of that failed and Saji arrived to see the others, but Goku felt a very strong power right behind them. Goku, guys, watch out. Everyone turned around to see Azazel, everyone got on guard, but he didn't fight. Azazel, relax, I'm not here to fight, but with just a little advice. He would tell everyone that if they wanted to train Gasper then they need take away all the extra power he had. Azazel even told Saji that he was holding the evil Black Dragon King. Goku, why are you helping us? Azazel, I was bored and this could be fun. However, I was about to ask you that Saiyan. Goku, huh? Azazel, why would you, the man who left the Gremory, want to help them? Shouldn't you be out there getting stronger or even going back to the Dragon Realm? Goku's eyes widened and he was confused on how he knew about the Dragon Realm. Shenron, you know, Azazel. It was forbidden for you to learn of that realm. Azazel, give me a break, I only wanted to know where the strongest being in the universe was gonna train. I mean, he is the only Saiyan who will possess. Shenron, enough. You spoke too much. Now thank you for the advice, but you should leave. Azazel, fine. See ya, everyone. He walked away and left the area. Goku and the others were confused but thankful that he showed up to help them. Goku, Shenron, we're gonna talk later. Everyone then went to continue Gasper's training and it didn't go so well. Everyone except Issei went home. However, Goku returned to his home and was not pleased with Shenron. Goku, what the hell is this power both of you were talking about? Shenron, it's not something you need to know right now. Broly, why all the secrecy? I thought that whatever you know Kakarot knows. Goku, why don't you tell me? If it's something important and even dangerous then I need to know. Shenron, fine. Goku, you were supposed to go straight to the Dragon Realm. But I didn't want that for you because I didn't want you to be like your past self. That version of you just left his family and friends for more power. He wasn't a bad person, but he only cared about fighting. I wanted to give you a reason to get stronger, a balance between your normal life and your training. Goku stayed silent because he couldn't believe that Shenron just wanted him to be happy and find something that he can always go back to. Goku, sigh, thanks. Shenron, I understand and thank you because I would have never met everyone and they would probably be dead by now. Just next time you tell me everything. Shenron nodded and Goku petted him, he was his friend and protector so he had to make sure he could trust him. Broly, we're going to go help Gasper. Goku placed 2 fingers in his head and everyone grabbed on as they saw Gasper with a bag on his head. Goku, why does Gasper have a bag on his head? They explained to them that it was to help him feel more comfortable and so they put a bag with holes on it just so he could get used to the space. Goku, not bad. Akeno, oh, it seems he's more happy. Goku, can I talk to you in private? Goku, sure. She opened the door to a small room and she started to speak. Akeno, I wanted to know if you would join me tomorrow because someone very important wants to meet you. Goku, sure. Anything I need to know about this person? Akeno, not really, just be kind and everything should go swell. Goku, okay. Also Akeno. Akeno, yes. Goku, we are alone here and we haven't been alone in a while. Akeno got closer and hugged Goku, wrapping her arms around his neck. Goku wrapped his arms around her waist and caressed her cheek. Goku, you're still just as beautiful as the day I saw you. Nothing will change that. Akeno, I missed you, Goku. Both leaned in and kissed each other as Goku felt his heart beating so fast and he then thought about what Shenron said. Goku, you know I will always be here to come back to you. No matter what happens I will always fight so that I can hold you again. I love you Akeno. Akeno I love you Goku. So you believe he is the strongest? He would be a problem if he reaches higher levels of power. We need to end him soon. Quiet. Both of you. The Saiyan is strong, but nothing we can't handle. We'll wait a while and see how they progress. The Tuffles will conquer all. Saiyans will die and nothing will stop our plans. The truth. Goku flew towards Akeno's home and he saw a shrine and landed right in front of it. He slowly opened the door and saw Akeno in a white kimono and a tall man with what looked like golden armor. Goku hello. Akeno Goku this is Michael the leader of the angels. Michael it's a pleasure to meet you. It's an honor to meet the Saiyan that was able to defeat Kakabiel and Riser. Goku reached out his hand and Michael shook it but this caused Goku to feel power growing inside him. He retracted his arm and Michael looked confused as Goku could feel his energy expand and a calm flame covered his body as his hair turned red for a second but it went away. Goku what was that? Akeno your hair turned red. Michael amazing. Are you alright? Goku yeah. That was strange. But I'll figure it out later, how can I help you? Michael Goku I wanted to offer you if you would like to have a peerage of your own. Normally I would offer you something else but I gave it to the Red Dragon Emperor. Goku I'm not sure. With pure respect I don't want to become an angel if I do agree. I don't want to hurt the love of my life. He gave a side hug to Akeno who blushed and leaned her head to Goku's arm. Michael, chuckles of course not child. The four leaders have agreed that you are a man with power even beyond our imagination. So it wouldn't be right if one of us fought for you. Goku smiled and Michael explained that if he agreed then he can add 12 people to his own household. He could choose from any household even of his own. Goku could I choose anyone who aren't already in their own peerage? Michael nodded and Goku agreed and thanked him for the offer and asked if he could tell Azazel and Surziches that he was grateful for him. Michael smiled and thanked him for his time as he disappeared and it was Goku and Akeno. Goku so we're alone. Akeno yes why don't you take what's yours? Goku walked towards her and kissed her neck but he quickly stopped. Goku Akeno are you not telling me something? Akeno I'm sorry. I should have told you earlier but I know your feelings towards fallen angels so I didn't know how to tell you. She removed her kimono enough to show her wings and she looked ashamed of them. One wing was of fallen angels and the other was from a devil. Akeno my father is a fallen angel and my mother was human so I'm half fallen angel. Goku could feel her sadness and he knew what he had to do. Akeno we lived peacefully but soon the people figured out my father was a fallen angel and they attacked us. My mother died in the process and my father was nowhere nearby. I ran away and Riaz found me. I hoped becoming a devil would help me rid of this blood but it's still here. Goku walked up to her and held her hand while rubbing away her tears. Goku it wasn't your fault and it's understandable why you hate your other side but even if you told me this sooner. I would have never hated you. I can never hate the woman I love. Akeno looked shocked but she blushed as she hugged Goku and he smiled hugging her back. Goku slowly reached to her wings and caressed them causing Akeno to moan. Goku you aren't a monster. I see a woman who is strong with two sides. One being a devil with many gifts and talents but also a kind heart. He slowly moved his finger through her right wing and Akeno started to shiver but she was actually enjoying it. She would let out a small yelp when he grabbed her left wing and started to caress it and he slightly bit her neck. Goku you are my angel and my devil. A kind heart with a hidden side of yourself. The other wing being evil as you say but I see someone who is pure and scared of her blood. You don't have to be. Nothing will stop me from loving you even if you were a monster I'll love you the same as I always have. He turned her around and kissed her with her kissing back and blushing immensely. He removed her kimono and took her to her bedroom and both had a beautiful night as Akeno slowly started to accept herself but she had doubt however Goku was there to comfort her. The next day, everyone was at the occult club and they waited for the leaders to call them as Goku and Broly had on their battle uniforms on. Riaz I like the new uniforms. Riaz I like the new uniforms. Akeno I had to make a few upgrades for my HUNK. Goku smiled and everyone waited with Issei giving Gasper a video game with Kaneko having a box of snacks. Gasper woke Kaneko. Goku hey Gasper you promise you're gonna be good right? Gasper nodded and Goku patted his head and even thanked Kaneko for agreeing to stay back. Kaneko he's my friend and I'll protect him. He patted her head and smiled making her blush but he didn't notice as everyone got together and were transported to the meeting. They walked in, but Goku and Broly separated from them going to the middle area and Zenobia noticed Arena. Surziches everyone is here. I would like to introduce my sister Riaz and her peerage. They were the ones who fought Kakabiel, but the main ones who did the major damage were Goku and I'm sorry what is your name? Broly my name is Broly. Surziches now this meeting will begin. New visitors. Azazel Kakabiel went rogue so my thoughts on the incident were irrelevant. Michael so he acted entirely on his own. Goku if you don't mind me interrupting but he said that he wanted to start another war after he was disappointed with the results of the last war. Azazel he also never had my permission and so I sent the White Dragon Emperor to take care of him. He's frozen stiff in the lowest level of hell, but if we're just gonna talk about the past, then let's just make peace and finish this. There is no point for a war if we're already this late in the game. This nearly shocked everyone, but Goku and Broly could feel something was wrong somehow. Azazel, I assume we're all in an agreement. Michael God and the Devil King are gone. Both our war generals were annihilated. Everyone was quiet and Zenobia noticed the sad look of Arena. Azazel broke the silence, even telling them that the most destructive power should respond. Bali, I just want to fight someone as strong as myself. Azazel, yes, but you can do that without a war, you know. Bali, I suppose. Azazel, what about you, Red Dragon? Say, of course I want a peaceful solution. Plus it wouldn't be cool if we're just fighting constantly. He smiled and asked Goku and Broly, with everyone giving them their attention. Goku, it's no Kess. They quickly turned around and everyone got confused. Goku, you feel that? Broly, yeah. Akeno walked towards Goku and asked him if he was okay, but instantly everyone felt something happen as the entire area turned into a purple-like void. Goku, what happened? Say, it feels like time stopped. Surzich's, because it did. Ria's, Gasper. Azazel, luckily anyone with higher powers were unaffected by this. Bali, thank our dragons. They're the ones who protected us, and the holy bunch have their holy swords to thank. Broly, it seems we have company. They looked outside and it was a bunch of mysterious people as Akeno commented that they were magicians. Surzich's, we need to stop Gasper and regulate his power. Bali, why don't you just kill him with the magicians? If you want I can do it for you. Goku, you touch him and I'll kill you myself. Bali, I'd like to see that. Azazel, well if you're bored, go and greet our friends. He smirked and flew towards the magicians and transformed into his balance breaker, taking out many magicians. This shocked everyone, but Broly felt something strange in his aura. Issei and Rias volunteered to save Gasper, and Azazel gave Issei 2 bracelets that could help him control his and Gasper's power. Goku, Broly. Let's go outside and hold off some of them. Everyone protect the others as much as you can. Broly, you guys take care of the magicians because there is someone in the midst of them with a higher power. They'll handle the weaklings. Goku nodded and he grabbed onto Broly and used his instant transmission and went towards the battlefield. Bali kept taking down many magicians and noticed Goku and Broly come to the battlefield as many magicians blasted at them as Goku blocked all of them with a small Kai barrier. Goku, you don't mind giving them a small taste of real power. Broly smirked as he transformed into a Super Saiyan and he powered up, destroying the ground below him and killing a few magicians in the process. Goku, whoa. You really were patient. Broly, I can finally let loose. Then why don't you Saiyans face us instead of these weaklings? Both turned around and out of the mist of magicians were 2 strange alien beings. Goku, who are you two? We are enemies from the past, returning for blood. 2 Saiyans. Goku, I'm guessing you were killed by Saiyans and want to take it out on us. No. We were killed by Saiyans, but it was mostly you that killed us. Goku. Broly, just who the hell are you anyway? How rude of me. My name is Cooler and this big man is called Hachiuk. Ghost of the past. Goku, fine. If you're here for revenge then listen to this. I'll give you a chance to leave and never come back. Forget this revenge crap and leave the planet, but if you don't then don't blame us for what happens next. Cooler, we'll see about that. Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan as he rushed towards Cooler and Broly and Hachiuk got ready for their own battle. Broly powered up to his maximum as he rushed towards Hachiuk and both were even in battle. While the Saiyans were fighting, Issei was able to help Gasper unlock his potential as he was able to escape and Rias gave him a hug. Rias, okay, now we need to go back. They teleported back as they saw Azazel fighting against the leader of the magicians, but Rias saw that everyone was free. However, another battle was getting the interest of everyone. Goku was pushing Cooler back, but he felt something was wrong. Goku kicked Cooler back as he started breathing hard. Goku, what is going on? Cooler, not bad Saiyan. You really are fun. It seems I don't need to hold back anymore. Goku, what? Akeno, he's been holding back. Issei, wait, I can transfer him power. Rias, he wouldn't want it even with it, I doubt that would help them. Cooler, Hachiuk, let's show these monkeys true power. Broly backed off and regrouped as both him and Goku stood side by side and the 2 enemies powered up to their fullest. Cooler's arms started to grow and his body started to mutate. His head grew and his power also increased as his body. Hachiuk's body started to glow green and his body grew in size, but same as Cooler, his power increased dramatically. Hachiuk let out a roar with Cooler smiling, seeing his ally ready to fight. Cooler, it seems he's ready. Tonight we dine on monkey soup. Tonight we dine on monkey soup. Goku slightly backed away with Broly shocked on the power he felt. Nothing prepared them for the danger of these enemies. Bali landed on the ground and noticed something as he looked behind and saw 5 people. Bali, this is interesting. Goku knew he couldn't back down, so he transformed to his fullest, even going Super Saiyan 2, as Broly did the same, and both rushed in, and both quickly changed their movement as Goku attacked Hachiuk and Broly rushed to Cooler. Broly was able to push Cooler back, but Goku's attack didn't even phase Hachiuk. Hachiyuki grabbed his arm and delivered a hard gut punch with Goku coughing out lots of blood. He got on his knees and held his stomach. Goku his power he dealt this much damage with just one blow. Broly Kakarot. Cooler rushed forwards and grabbed Broly from his tail and held him high as he flew to the sky and delivered hard punches to his face and even delivered hard knees to his stomach. He let go of Broly and grabbed his legs and threw him towards Goku as Hachiyuki dodged and Broly crashed onto Goku. Cooler goodbye Saiyans. In a quick move Cooler created a blast that looked similar to a miniature sun. He saw Broly powered down and Goku on the ground also unconscious. He threw the attack as the Devil Kings and Michael created a barrier protecting them. Akeno no. Open it. Surzich's I'm sorry I can't. Rias please you can't let them die. Issei punched the barrier, but it did nothing as tears formed on everyone as the blast was close to impact them. However, the blast started to lift off the ground and suddenly it was pushed towards the sky above. Cooler looked down and he chuckled as he saw 5 people that he was familiar with. Cooler it seems we have a few new visitors. Achieving the impossible. Everyone was shocked to see the new warriors, but they were confused to see 2 Gokus. Icarus. The one who had the grey muscle shirt and hair like if Goku was in Super Saiyan, powered up as he walked forward and instantly flew towards Cooler passing him and appeared behind him. Cooler was shocked and looked back to only be punched to the ground. Hachiyuki tried to attack, but Icarus flipped behind him and delivered a hard kick to his face. Cooler what the hell? Icarus stared at Cooler and moved his direction to Hachiyuki as in instant Hachiyuki disappeared and Icarus just stood there, but the other 4 could see and they weren't worried. Do you think he's good Akumo? Akumo yeah Icarus is pretty strong, plus let's just hope he doesn't get carried away. Icarus landed a hard punch to his stomach and created a small Kai blast and pressed it to his chest pushing Hachiyuki back and he moved his body down and raised his right leg up hitting Cooler on point. This is taking too long. Let me just end it. Akumo no tableaus. If you fight then you'll kill them. We just need them to get slightly more damaged enough for them to leave. Icarus did a spin kick to Cooler and blasted him down with several Kai blast. Cooler was down for the count as he returned to his previous form and Hachiyuki tried to come in, but he was blasted from behind from tableaus. Akumo tableaus. Tableaus it doesn't matter if we slightly change a bit of the timeline. It isn't ours so it won't matter. Akumo damn it. Fine but finish him off quick. Tableaus smiled as he powered up and cupped his hands to his side. It was the same way like how Goku would do his Kamehameha. Akeno that's Goku's move. Rias who are these people? Tableaus powered up with a dark aura covering him as he smiled and shot the blast. Tableaus go to hell. Icarus quickly moved out the way and Hachiyuki took the blast head on. Hachiyuki was killed and Cooler woke up and he quickly took the chance to retreat while no one was looking. An explosion was formed which pushed everyone back and even got the attention of Volley. Tableaus that's how you do it. The others just sighed, but they instantly saw Azazel pushed to the ground and everyone turned their head to the sound of the crash. Azazel crawled out and smiled as he saw Volley in the sky. Azazel you got me. Must be losing my edge. Bad Volley. Volley sorry Azazel things looked more interesting on this side. Say Volley you're the one who betrayed us. Azazel I can understand but there's something I like to ask you. He flew up towards him and Akeno ignored what they were talking about as she ran towards Goku and saw how beat up he was but he was being taken care of by the new 5 warriors. Akumo geez he really does look like us. Hut Tableaus. Tableaus didn't respond but he smiled as they picked up Goku and set him down in front of Asia as well for Broly with Zenobia, Akeno and Rias, making sure they were okay. However Issei was called out from Volley telling him he was still the weakest dragon ever and Volley revealed his true identity. Volley I am Volley Lucifer one of the descendant of the dead Devil Kings. But Issei your power is still nowhere near mine and yet your Saiyan friends can even be more challenging than you. Issei your point. Volley you have to try harder. Maybe if I kill your parents you'll actually could release more power. His words hit Issei's mind like a brick hitting a human as his eyes grew from rage and Rias looked worried for him and Asia wanted to cry at the thought of the 2 people who accepted her instantly dying. Issei why should my parents have to die for his damn convenience like if I would just sit by and let him take anything from me. The bracelet in his arm instantly glowed and Issei's power skyrocketed and he transformed into his balance breaker. Issei instantly went for the offensive but Volley just dodged and attacked a few times with Issei coughing out blood. Volley started to divide his power with Issei falling to the ground. Volley last time you were fighting you fought for your friend's sake. Does that mean I should kill them before I kill your family? He shot 2 blasts one headed for Asia and Gasper but Issei covered them however the other blast was headed towards Akeno. Tableaus was gonna counter however someone stopped it before it could even reach her. Zenobia looked back and saw Goku but he was gone. They all looked as Volley smiled under his armor and out of the smoke was Goku. He was back in action and using Ultra Instinct again. Volley the Saiyan god of legend. You are the most worthy of opponents. Goku. Issei Goku, he's mine. Issei went back in the fight with his blade and tried to attack Volley, but Volley just pushed him back by kicking him to the ground. Ria's Issei. Issei started to get up, but Goku spoke up. Goku, leave him to me. He flew up and he glared at Volley with pure anger. Goku, you dare hurt the women I love. Not just her but all of my friends, know my family. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can tell you how pissed off I am. You're going to pay, Volley. Volley decided to rush in this time, but he couldn't land a blow on Goku as he dodged every attack and delivered a fast attack with every dodge. Volley, heh. You're fast, but that's nothing if you're holding back your punches. Goku knew he was right, but he didn't respond, and Issei quickly came in again and delivered another punch to Volley's chest, breaking him away from his balance breaker. A piece of his broken armor fell off with Issei landing in front of it. Goku, I thought I told you that this guy is mine to handle. Issei, sorry, but he's pissed me off too, so I can't just sit back and let you fight him alone. Goku smiled and he took a breath as Issei decided to combine Volley's power with his own. Ria's, what is he doing? Azazel, he's trying to combine the White Dragon's power with his own, but the problem with that is that it's so dangerous that he would basically be committing suicide. While the Saiyan is doing the impossible for most of the highest gods. Everyone looked back and saw the god of destruction, Lord Beerus. Surziches, my lord. Beerus, good to see you all again after the last time I was here. Now you're all in for a good show. Issei screamed in pain, however he didn't stop to try and accomplish the impossible. While Goku's body started to glow and his body was emitting an incredible heat with everyone wiping away the sweat they felt. Zenobia could feel the same feeling she felt when she held her holy sword. Beerus smiled and everyone could feel the same what Zenobia felt. It wasn't the normal feeling Goku gave off before. This was pure divine energy. Akumo, Chrono, you feel that? Chrono nodded and she looked at the other female who was at awe, and all of them were shocked to see this display of power coming from both Issei and Goku. Volley, this is incredible. Goku's body stopped glowing and like a shell it started to crack, and then his energy shattered and revealed his new form. Beerus, everyone. You are now witnessing the true mastery. The first ever mortal to ever achieve this. You are now seeing the true Ultra Instinct. Surziches, as well as the combination of the White Dragon and Red Dragon Emperor. Both slowly walked towards Volley and rushed forward with Issei coming in for an attack, but Goku came from behind and delivered an onslaught of powerful blows to Volley's back. He couldn't keep up with them, but he started to show more of his power as he divided Goku's power, but this didn't matter to Goku as he just kept growing stronger. However, Issei wasn't being so lucky, and without fully understanding the full capabilities of Volley's power, it gave him dire consequences, with the bracelet from Azazel running out of power and Issei dropping out of his balance breaker. Volley, it seems we're the only ones having fun. Goku glared at him and he attacked Volley again, but he quickly noticed that he shot a blast of lightning and his eyes widened when he saw that it was about to reach Zenobia, Irina and Minako. In a blink of an eye, Goku flew towards them, and behind him was Akumo grabbing onto Zenobia, Tablos holding Irina and Icarus also holding Minako protecting them, but Goku slapped away the blast. Volley, amazing, you really are powerful, son Goku. But relying on those weaklings will make you weak and in war they'll die instantly. Goku's fist tightened and all four of the warriors stood side by side next to each other as Goku let out a roar of rage, with the others also releasing all of their power, and all of them powered up with the female warriors smiling. It was like seeing four Gokus in one. Goku, the truth is I could care less about any war or any battle happening. Tablos, but if anyone dares to hurt my family. Akumo, if they dares touch my friends. Icarus, or kill anyone we care about. Goku, even if I see a bit of blood from any of my loved ones, then that person. Together is gonna pay. A big burst of power came from all four of them as they rushed in at Volley and attacked him from all sides as Goku delivered a hard punch to Volley's face, breaking his helmet, and Icarus came in with a spinning kick to his stomach, making Volley spit out blood, but he wasn't done as Tablos came in with a hard elbow to his back and Akuma with a hard uppercut. Volley was sent to the sky with all four of them flying high and powering up a Kamehameha wave and shooting it at Volley, with him risking all of his power on defense and dividing as all of them powered down to their base, but they still shot the blast. Together, ha. The blast hit Volley head on and he was trying to push it back, but they didn't let up and he crashed onto the ground and used all of his power to cover his chest as he crashed onto the ground and his balance breaker was destroyed. Everyone fell to the ground instead of Beerus as they were overwhelmed of the power from all four Saiyans. Volley crawled out of the crater heavily damaged, with Issei smiling and amazed that those four instantly were able to beat him while he could only deal small amounts of damage. Goku walked towards him and picked him up from his shirt and gave him a deadly glare. Goku, remember this, never fuck with my family. He let him go and the barrier broke apart as a man came from the sky and Volley looked at him with confusion. Volley, Biku. What are you doing here? Biku, we're finally going to fight with the Northern Earth gods and I was instructed to bring you. Wow, my friend, you look already beat up. Volley, I'll heal quick. Azazel commented on how he was the descendant of the Monkey King and they mistaken him for Goku, but they finally got corrected when he was told that the true Monkey King was called Sun Wukong. He disappeared and everything went back to peace with Broly barely starting to wake up. Broly, grunt, what time is it? Goku, hey buddy, you good? Broly shook his head and stood up as everyone thanked each other for the peace agreement but also thanked Goku for everything he has done for them. Issei even asked Chief Michael to allow Asia and Zenobia to pray again. He smiled and accepted the request as all the kings said their goodbyes to everyone, even giving about Lord Beerus. Beerus, I see you still have trouble Goku, but we'll soon fix that. But you have more strange matters to attend to. He pointed at the 5 Saiyans, and Goku got serious as he walked towards them and looked at them with a serious look as they were intimidated and slightly scared, but they kept their cool. Goku, okay, I want answers. Who are you? Prano, well, it seems better now than later. Tablos, yeah. Akumo, okay, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Akumo Himejima and the one in red is my twin brother Tablos Himejima. Icarus, my name is Sun Icarus Sun 8. The girls were up as the one with blue and orange guy spoke up first. Chrono, my name is Sun Chrono Corda. Diana, and my name is Sun Diana Gremory. Together we are your children. Akumo and Tablos Himejima. Everyone was sitting down with Akeno, Riaz, Zenobia and Minako, trying to figure out what the hell they just heard. Goku, okay. Tell me everything and it's better if you start from the beginning. Let's start with Akumo and Tablos. Both nodded and they started to speak. Where can we begin? I guess our birth is first. Akeno Himejima had just given birth to 2 young and healthy baby boys. Goku had ran inside the room bloodied and beaten, but he didn't care. He teared up to see his newborn sons. Akeno, have you chosen a name? Goku, I don't know. Akeno, how about Akumo and Tablos? Goku, yeah. I like that. Goku set the boys down on the bed and his hand glowed in a golden aura as he gently placed hand on one of the boys. Akeno, what did you do? Goku, oh, I put my kanji on one of them so you could know who they are without mistaking them. The one with the symbol is Akumo, but Tablos will have your symbol. Akeno smiled and held both of the boys with Goku giving her a loving kiss. Goku, I love you. Akeno, I love you too. That was the beginning of our life. It was great for a while. However, it stopped when you died. Akeno and the rest of her friends with their own child had joined together to the grave of Goku as Akumo and Tablos reached towards the gravestone like if they were reaching for their father. You died and we were alone with her. It wasn't bad or anything but everyone separated. Riaz, Kaneko, Kiba, Issei and Asia returned to hell. Zenobia was given a chance to become an angel and she accepted. As for Minako, she was given many choices but she decided to be sent towards the dragon realm. Wait, but I thought when I died, Shenron would die too, so that would also mean that the dragon realm would be permanently destroyed from reality. That is true, but apparently you had 2 more children in the future besides us at time and with all of your blood and 7 different children. Well, it created the amount of vessels for access to the dragon realm. We'll explain that later, but we all were in different areas. You didn't explain where I was. You see, after Dad died, you decided to go to the fallen angels and you became the supreme general after Azazel of the fallen angels. Akeno looked shocked and slightly furious because if she was general then she would have had to deal with her father. Goku calmed her down by holding her hand and giving her a warm smile. She took a breath and let her sons continue the story. Eventually we would grow up but we would only have a photo and stories of you. We had been inspired to be like you. The young Akumo and Tablos were shown being in the fallen angel military. Akeno looked at Azazel as he smiled and nodded. Both were starting their training with Akumo and Tablos training together in martial art style with the rest of the army watching and they were amazed of the battle. Both were starting their training with Akumo and Tablos training together in martial art style with the rest of the army watching and they were amazed of the battle. Akumo, what's wrong? You seem distracted. Tablos sweep kicked him to the ground as he jumped and went for a punch. Akumo rolled away and maneuvered away from Tablos and blasted him with a Kai strike. Tablos blocked the strike and smiled with Akumo lowering his arm. Akumo, okay, you got me. Tablos, trust me, you're pretty soft. Akumo, I was holding back to make sure you didn't get hurt. Tablos, oh, did mom tell you? Because she told me the same, so how about I finally show you my full power? Both separated and they started to power up and Akumo gained a yellow aura and his power exploded. As for Tablos, he had a black dark aura and he kept powering up until both let out a small explosion of power. Akeno, okay boys. That's enough. Both powered down confused but they decided to not ask, but Akeno went up to them and gave them a hug. Akeno, I'm so proud of both of you. You learned how to conceal all of that power inside you. You'll soon reach the same level as your father one day. Both smiled but they could tell something was being kept from them. They rested up and left to school while on the way a light purple-haired nun walked towards Akumo. Hi Akumo. Akumo Tian. It's good to see you. Tablos gave her a head pat and walked away. Tablos don't take long lovebirds. Both slightly blushed but Akumo noticed the clothing. Akumo, it seems you finally got it. You are now a nun. Dianya. How was training? Bakumo not too intense, but I'm still worried about my mom. Dian is something wrong with General Akeno? Bakumo no. I feel like she's keeping something from us. Dian well maybe she's doing it for a reason. Bakumo you could be right. He looked in the distance and he gave an annoyed sigh. Dian what's wrong? Bakumo shook his head and just kept walking. Tian hugged his arm and gave him a reassuring smile. Dian I'm sure your father would be proud of who you are. Bakumo smiled and looked at her eyes. Both eventually made it to school and they separated to get to class but secretly both never want to separate. So you both had a normal life. In a way but that day we were all connected in a way. During school Akumo and Tableau suddenly felt dizzy and they fell to an unconscious state. However they saw something. Both were in a dark void and they saw each other but they couldn't move. Akumo what's going on? Tableau's I don't know. However a bright light and two giant creatures spoke to them. Bakumo Himejima. Firstborn of Son Goku and Akeno Himejima. I am the eternal dragon of earth. Shenron. Tableau's Himejima. Tableau's Himejima. The second kid of Goku and Akeno Himejima. I'm Black Smoke Shenron. I'm Black Smoke Shenron. Bakumo what is this? Shenron we brought you both here for a reason. Be Shenron some bad guy in the future will come and you two need to find the others that have dragons in them. Your siblings. Both of their eyes widened, they couldn't believe it. More family, siblings and dragons. Shenron we will contact you when they are nearby. So please keep training because this threat could attack at any moment. Tableau's wait. How many more siblings of ours do we have? Be Shenron in total. 7. Tableau's couldn't believe what he just heard. Over all of these years, they were kept a big secret like this and didn't even bother to think of what could happen. Shenron please find your siblings and get stronger. Before both could speak again they woke up in the real world, shocked of what they dreamed of and they looked at each other. Confirming that they had the same dream. Luckily time didn't pass for them and so they finished their day in school but soon after both went to Akeno to get some answers. And soon after we decided to talk with mom but in the last moment we didn't. She had been through enough and we couldn't do it again. So we waited but our training would only get more intense. Bakumo that's pretty much it on how we found out about our siblings. Goku stood up and as well as the twins and they stared at each other but Goku walked towards them and instantly gave them a hug. Goku I'm so sorry. I put a big responsibility on you both. I promise you that I'll do everything in my power to get stronger and make sure you live with a father in your life. Both teared up as they hugged back and Akeno soon joined the hug. Ria's that so adorable. But can we finish with the explanations? Goku right. So who's next? Training. Goku and the others waited for the next one of the future children to speak but Azazel walked in and sat down on Ria's chair. Ria's what is the meaning of this Azazel? Azazel I am going to be the new advisor for the occult research club also I'm going to be helping all of you with your sacred gears and making sure you all get as strong as possible. Goku well I guess it can't be helped. Chrono father. I wanted to ask if it's possible to have a training exercise. Everyone looked at them as Goku was silent for a moment but he smiled. Goku yeah you're definitely Zenovia's daughter. It's not just your energy but also your mannerisms. It's just like her. She smiled and nodded but on the inside. She was crying like a little girl who missed her parents. She wanted to hug Goku so badly and cry her eyes out. Both eventually went outside and Shenron created a barrier around them so their fight wouldn't destroy anything. Goku okay show me your limit right now. Pranoa nodded as she clenched her fist and her power started to grow. She let out a yell and her aura bursted. Goku was amazed that his daughter was this strong. Pranoa here's my full power. Goku I'm not gonna lie. I'm impressed. Pranoa smiled as Goku powered up and he also went Super Saiyan 2. Broly Kakarot has gotten much stronger. Akeno by how much? Broly we're about to see. Both backed away and got in their stances as Goku looked at her stance and he was a little disappointed for her lack of training. Goku she's lacking experience. She rushed first and Goku dodged a kick from her and blocked an elbow coming from his left. Quickly she saw that he was open as she went for a kick to his right but Goku easily saw through this and dodged. He dodged 3 more attacks as he backed up but Chronoa didn't let up as she rushed in and started sending many punches at trying to land one. Goku then caught her fist as he looked at her seriously. Goku you're leaving your sides too open. Your opponent can easily exploit that. Chronoa then felt a sharp pain as she saw Goku had punched her stomach as she powered down and held her stomach. Goku lowered his hand but quickly dodged a blast and kept dodging even though she didn't transform. She wasn't giving up, however it was useless. Goku dodged one more punch but he caught it and got her in a small arm lock. Goku you're constantly trying to attack me that it's blinding your focus. You're not paying attention to my moves. He let her go as she gritted her teeth in frustration as she sat down and he sat down as well. Goku Chronoa. Don't overthink your moves. Watch how your opponent fights and find clear openings. Try to at least predict their movements. Feel everything around you even your opponent. Chronoa I've always struggled my entire life. I was told to live up to your legacy, but how could I sniff if I never even met you? Goku powered down and hugged her as she hugged back while crying. She let out all of her emotions out as Zenovia walked to her and hugged her. Zenovia, you will achieve your own destiny. After a while all of them started their training again, with Goku facing off against Chrono and Akumo, while Broly fought Icarus and Tablos. Diana however didn't fight as she just watched with the others wondering why. Goku backed away as he tried to use Ultra Instinct, but he couldn't. Goku, I need to get much stronger if I want to control Ultra Instinct. I want all of you to attack me. Broly nodded at them as all of the 4 children were fighting against Goku, and surprisingly, they weren't able to land one attack. Eventually, after a few more attempts, Goku had told them to call it a day, and finally all of them knew why he was called the greatest warrior among the realms. Shenron, it seems you all have gotten stronger. However, now all of you need pure rest. Luckily I changed the housing of Goku's home. Everyone saw the newly made home, and they were amazed as Goku was a little worried. Goku, don't you think my dad will notice? Shenron, do not worry. I manipulated his mind as to make it seem like it was always like this. Goku nodded as he turned to his children, and he smiled as he saw their reaction to their home. Goku, they're like little kids. I'm glad I get to spend time with them. Nighttime, Goku had just finished his shower and laid in bed as he wondered how he can help those kids. What are you thinking about? He looked under his cover to see Akeno on top of him with the covers covering her body. Goku smiled as she cuddled up to him and he held her by her shoulder. Goku, I just want to help our kids. I mean, how can I when I don't even know anything about them? Akeno, you do what you do best. Just be yourself. That's how you'll get them. Goku looked at his ceiling and Akeno started to fall asleep and Goku felt more energies in his room. Goku, you don't have to hide so you can sleep. We all fit. He looked in front of him and saw Rias, Zenovia and Minako just standing there and they all cuddled on Goku with Akeno laying on his chest. Goku let his slumber take over as he smiled feeling the warmth of his girls. Time skip. Everyone went to a train to the underworld as the kids were excited, but Goku remembered what Beerus said. Sooner or later, Saiyan, you will be sent back to the Dragon Realm. Be sure to take your children. This training will help you the most. Goku got on the ground as he started to meditate as he wanted to focus all of his power again. With his children watching him. Broly saw Kaneko as he looked at her and she was just looking away, but he could tell something was troubling her. Akumo, Broly. Broly, what is it, Kakarot? Akumo, No, I'm Akumo. Broly, right. You know, both of you need a haircut, so I won't mix you both up. Akeno called both boys to her as they sat down and both of them had their hair in different styles. Akeno, I made these for both of you. Goku, they suit you. They smiled as they enjoyed their new identities. Finally, after meeting their father, they can finally step out of his shadow and be their own person. Rias, we will all be staying in my parents' castle. They all seen the Gremory area and Issei was shocked, but suddenly the train stopped. Goku stood up as from the back door of the train walked in Beerus. Beerus, greetings everyone. Goku, Broly, Beerus. Everyone, good afternoon. Beerus, I'm here for the Saiyans. We are leaving now. Zalama, create a portal for us. The Saiyan hybrids left to the Dragon Realm as Broly left as well, but Goku looked at them as he gave them a big hug and kissed Akeno. Goku, good luck. He did the same for Rias, Minako and Zenovia as he left to the Dragon Realm and instantly the portal closed. Goku looked back and saw the portal close as he looked back and knew he had to focus on his training. Beerus, now that all of you are here. You will all spend your training with Whis. He is my teacher and the strongest in this universe. He walked away and everyone had got in their guard as Whis smiled and told them to come at him. Not waiting for it, everyone rushed forward and easily Whis dodged their attacks. For nearly an hour, no one could land a blow on Whis. No one even tried to transform as the only one who had a small amount of progress was Goku since he was experienced with battle, but also he knew his movements were closely to Ultra Instinct. Whis, I am impressed. All of you have your own strengths and weaknesses. Now I will put you all in groups where you can go to area to train properly. He assigned Goku, Akumo and Tablos together inside the Dragon Temple, while Chrono and Diana were going to stay with him. As for Icarus and Broly, they were going to train in the Divine Realm, to where they can hone their abilities more. 20 days later, everyone had finished their training with Rias, and the rest of the club had gotten ready for a get-together to converse about the Chaos Brigade. However, everyone wondered where Goku and the rest were. They didn't come back and it had already been past their training time. Eventually, time for the party had started as Akeno and the rest of the girls wondered where they were. While in the Dragon Realm, Goku and Akumo were sparring as Goku had been fighting in base until he and Akumo separated and both powered up and their energies had risen to greater heights. Goku, alright boys, come at me and show me if you can handle Super Saiyan 3. Both smirked as they rushed forward continuing their training. New level. Whis watched on from the ground as he saw the Saiyans training with each other. Goku had been able to unlock his godly energy again, while Broly unlocked something completely new. Broly powered up as his body started to grow and a tail appeared from behind. A giant aura took over him as everyone was amazed of the power that was being displayed. A red glow was all that could be seen from him as the aura dispersed and everyone saw the form that Broly took. While in the underworld, the Norse god Loki appeared while Rias, Issei and Kaneko were fighting against Kuroka and Biku. Issei, you'll have to go through me to get these hot ladies. Kuroka created a deadly mist, but Issei told Rias that he had to bring out his balance breaker. However, he remembered something that Goku told him. Issei, hey Goku. I always wanted to know how do you get all the chicks. Goku, you seriously asking me that? You really need to focus on your training. Issei, dude. Don't you think I am, but I can't bring out my power like you do. Goku, do you even know what causes my transformations? Pure rage. Need. My power comes through a need, not a desire. He explained his emotions when he fought Riser and when Kakabiel almost won, but all those moments, he felt rage on himself for being weak. Issei opened his eyes as he turned to Rias and told her that he needs to poke her breast. He explained that his needs can help him unlock his power as she was so embarrassed but complied. Rias, Goku is gonna be so mad. Issei, what he doesn't know won't hurt him. He poked her breast as she just blushed and looked away. Rias, oh no. Issei's power skyrocketed as he activated his balance breaker and Kuroka attacked him, but it didn't do any effect. He flew towards her as he was ready to deliver a strong punch. However, the attack never came, but the shockwave scared Kuroka. Biku came in and told her that they had to leave. Rias knew something was not right. They explained everything to Azazel and Surziches, and they were told about Loki also showing up, but he was frozen. Akeno and Kaneko spoke on how they can't erase family, she wished her family was with her. Dragon Realm, Beerus, Whis. It's time they spoke to them. Whis nodded as he called all of them down and they walked towards a temple. Goku, who is this them that Lord Beerus referred to? Whis, you will see soon, Goku. After a few more minutes of silent walking they arrived inside the temple and once they walked in something blinded their eyes. Goku opened his eyes as he saw a full-on smoke screen. However, he saw a figure's shadow from the smoke. Goku, who are you? The figure stepped out from the smoke causing for Goku to be shocked as he was left speechless. Back to the underworld, Azazel, Auden, Surziches and Michael were ready to send Rias and the rest to fight off Loki with Asia and Gasper staying back. Loki broke out of his cage as he didn't even seem bothered or furious. Loki, now that was rude and slightly annoying. Valkyrie, do you believe that you can attack the high factors and get away with it? Loki, of course. I am bringing in Ragnarok, but this is a waste of a greeting party, but you'll be my first kills. He lifted his hands as 3 strikes of lightning hit 3 mountains and 3 massive wolves appeared. Valkyrie, Fenrir, Skoll and Hati. I expected you to bring them. Everyone got ready for battle as the wolves and the Midgard serpent jumped towards them. Dragon Realm, the children were waiting for Goku to walk out from his chamber, but he hasn't left. Akuma, Whis. Why is my father still in there? We were able to overcome our challenges and he's been in there for months. Whis, because he chooses not to. He doesn't want to leave yet. I believe he isn't ready to leave until he says he's at his best. Patience. All of them looked worried, but they heard another door open. Out of the light walked out Broly, who was wearing a different outfit and he was giving off an aura that shocked even Beerus. Beerus, impressive. You really have unlocked your full potential, Saiyan. Broly, where's Kakarot? Broly, where's Kakarot? Whis, still in his chamber. Broly, I see. Well, I'll wait here while you kids go and test out your power. They couldn't believe how much more calmer and even his mannerisms was different. Shenron, it's better if you do as his says. Plus we have a situation. He showed the underworld fight and Tableau smiled as he was waiting to fight and Icarus clenched his fist. Icarus, I'm going. Tableau's not alone. I'm going with you. I've been waiting to fight and trust me, I want to show everyone how much stronger I am. He nodded as he looked at his siblings to see if they wanted to join, but they shook their heads knowing they had confidence in their strength. Shenron, to the underworld you go. Underworld, Valkyrie, good news guys. I just received a message from Auden. The portal opened and out from the portal came a giant hammer that belonged to the god of thunder. Thor. Loki, Mjolnir. Valkyrie, Auden said to give Mjolnir to the Red Dragon Emperor. Issei, oh shit. Ria's all yours. Issei, Badis. Flying towards the hammer as Loki tried to iter Sarah, however Saji used his sacred gear to hold Loki. Issei was inches away, however Fenrir bit onto his body as Issei screamed in horrifying pain. Ria's Issei, no. Throwing his body away, the others attacked Fenrir, however Issei's body had 3 massive holes as he fell to the ground close to death. Ria's Issei. Please, you need to stay with me. Issei, please forgive me, President. Ria's, oh Issei. He reached towards Mjolnir, but his hand dropped as everyone's eyes started to tear up. Ria's, wake up, Issei. I said to wake up. Akeno, oh Ria's. She turned to fight as everyone screamed in sadness to the loss of their friend. However, something started to shake the ground, even Ria's, whose aura grew, quickly vanished as she looked around and a thunderstorm was caused. Loki, who? The green wind storm formed as it created a small tornado and it headed towards Loki, hitting him with fast speeds causing the god to crash down. A god wanting to create nothing but destruction is no god. Just a being with a divine rank and immortal mind. A storm then formed again in the sky as it broke apart and tableaus stood there in a new dark sky. Saji guys heads up. We got company. Akeno don't attack. Loki who dares strike Loki. Tableaus the son of the dragon god. Tableaus Himejima. The true god of the underworld. He landed on the ground and beside him appeared Icarus who was wearing a new guy as well. Akeno Tableaus. Manako Icarus. Tableaus go heal Uncle Issei. Icarus nodded as he landed right in front of Riaz and Issei. Icarus he really did strike you badly, don't worry. I'll heal you. He placed his hands near his chest as a yellow light covered his hands. Closing his eyes, he released his energy onto Issei as he started to fill the holes that were in his body. After a few seconds Issei's eyes slowly opened as he looked around and sat up. Issei, what happened? Icarus smiled as he patted his shoulder. Icarus, good to see you still fighting uncle. Issei smiled with everyone happy that Issei was still alive. Icarus, he's all yours. Tableaus, good. Loki, you think your power will create Ragnarok? Trust me, that won't come today. But for a lowly god you've come quite far. As a reward I'll show you how far I've come. Loki, what? Smiling as he yelled and a dark purple aura erupted and everyone watched in amazement and shock at the power Tableaus showed. Lighting the ground nearby him as Akeno could feel something similar to a fallen angel as she saw Tableaus' irises turn black and his pupils changing to a reddish pink. With one more yell his aura bursted and everyone saw the new look he had. Loki, what is this? Tiba, new form. Tableaus, look at this color, is it not beautiful? And since we like to label our power levels, the name of this one is Rose. Yes. I'm now Super Saiyan Rose. Perfection. Everyone was astonished of the power they felt off Tableaus, however Icarus felt something else. Icarus, something's coming close. Tableaus flew close by Loki as the god feared at the sight of the young man. Tableaus, tell me god. Do you feel fear now? A demigod will be your end. Roswis, wait. Just use the hammer. It's the only way to defeat him. Tableaus, thanks, but I don't need the god of Thunderhammer to kill him. My base power is enough, but this is to make sure he suffers. Icarus, hey, hurry it up. Something's coming. Tableaus felt the energy coming as he sighed and rushed towards Loki, who instantly got stiff as he felt someone behind him. Tableaus, too bad. It seems we won't play for long, but don't worry. I will make sure you feel as much pain as possible. Loki backed away as he shot many blasts towards Tableaus, who just slapped them away and kept his same smile. Loki, stay away from me, you monster. Creating a spear as Tableaus let the last few blasts hit, but it didn't even graze him. However, quickly he threw the spear at the stomach of the god as he fell to the ground bleeding. Tableaus, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Loki kept shooting more blasts as Tableaus just stood there. Loki, if I can't kill you, cough, then I'll kill them. Flying towards the group as he targeted Minako. Tableaus blew away the smoke and flew towards him, however before the attack could even form, his hand was caught. Icarus, wrong choice and wrong mother. Sorry god, but your time has come. Twisting his hand and lowering it as he put his hand on his face and everyone could feel a terrifying aura. Icarus, Hakai. The purple aura had created a shell around Loki as he screamed and slowly his body was destroyed to complete nothingness. Tableaus powered down and he saw Fenrir be taken by Kuroka and Arthur. Another swordsman of the volley team. They disappeared after and Tableaus landed to the ground, but the celebration was short-lived. Tableaus, go get away from here, it's gonna get ugly. A small shine in the sky caught all of their attention and out from it came a beam of light that crashed into the ground. Slowly the light had a figure appear as it walked out and it was Goku. Tableaus' dad. Goku, no time to talk. They're here. A high energy level appeared, but no one could detect from what direction it was like it was around them. It has been so long, Goku. Goku, it has. I'm surprised you didn't show up sooner. I wanted to see if you were ready to take us all on. Since we are the perfect being. Goku, instead of talking, why don't you just show yourself already? The voices chuckled as a portal was created and out came a giant figure and 5 smaller figure after. Icarus, I didn't expect him already. Goku, Cell. Goku, Cell. You, Cell, it has been some time, son. Goku. I see that the timelines have changed since your children are here. Icarus, get ready everyone. Cell, Golden, Icarus. It has been some time. I'm glad I see you again. His fist clenched as his aura bursted with Tableaus doing the same as he saw the other form of Cell that looked more evolved. Goku powered up as his body started to grow fur and his black hair growing. Akeno, Goku. Goku, get out of here. Don't come back for no reason. Imagine Cell, please leave the weakling so the real warriors can talk. Issei got mad at the thought of being weak to not even help Goku and the others even a little. The blue-colored Cell and Goku stared down each other and another pillar of light shot down from the sky with the remaining children of the Saiyan walked out with their new power. Diana, time to test the Super Saiyan God power. Pranoa stood there with blue hair and Akumo powered up as all of them stood side by side with Goku. You, Cell, don't worry about the big guy. You shouldn't worry since he won't move for a while. The golden cell flew up with Icarus following behind and the same with the cell that had fur around his body. The twins went to fight him as Chrono fought the one that was evolved and Diana rushed at the cell with an M on his forehead. It was just Goku and the blue cell. Goku, how are you all here? You, Cell, it's quite a story, but let's see your progress. I want to fight you at your best. Their auras flared up as they flew towards each other as the rematch of old enemies begins. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.